Well, hello, 14 Eagles family. This is Brian Frazier, one of the facilitators of 14 Eagles, and I'm coming here to you today with this video to go over one of the aspects of the FundMe 24/7 contribution plan. Um, as you may know by now, we have a partnership with FundMe 24/7. 14 Eagles does. And we're working together. These two platforms are working together to build a community. Okay, what we're calling the virtual community, and these are separate platforms where we receive where we work together to receive contributions and gifts. And on these two platforms, we have video presentations showing you how these platforms work. And if you come to our Thursday night webinars, we very rarely go over how the platforms work. We like to concentrate more on the concept of what we're doing and why we're doing 14 Eagles and FundMe 24/7. And so, we ask people to go to the video presentations to really get a good look at what how the platforms work and how you receive your contributions and your gifts. And one way you can do that is you can come to the 14 Eagles community website that you're seeing right now on the screen. And on our community website, we have tabs that shows you those video presentations of how these platforms work. And up here where it says presentation, this is the 14 Eagles presentation that you can come to. And if you click on this presentation right here, it will show you how the 14 Eagles platform works and how you receive gifts. All right, it's a very simple process, and once you see the video, then I think that you can, very easily follow along and see how that works. As well as the FundMe 24/7 video presentation is here on this link on the menu, and it gives you a good video about how the FundMe 24/7 platform works as it pertains to FundMe plan and the Infinity plan. Okay, and it gives you a brief snapshot of how those two plans work. And then also we have here is the Feed Me 24/7 plan, which is the feeder system to FundMe 24/7. And this feeder system is a platform that we use to help bring people and to invite people and educate people on the FundMe 24/7 concept and how to use the platform itself, explaining about crowdfunding. Okay, so it's very educational on this Feed Me 24/7 platform. But by using that platform, it also generates contributions for you to take part in the FundMe 24/7 platforms, which is the FundMe plan and the Infinity plan. All right. So, on a lower level, you can get involved with 14 Eagles and FundMe 24/7 with just $16 out of pocket, one time out of pocket, literally one time out of pocket. All right, and by doing that, Feed Me 24/7 is basically just $10, okay, for that platform, where just one time $10 out of pocket will put you into the Feed Me platform to where you can, give away the free ebook to show people about the sharing economy and how crowdfunding works. And also put you into FundMe, the FundMe platform, for free, where you don't have to pay the platform fee for FundMe, because you will generate that by getting people involved in the Feed Me 24/7. All right, so just for $10, that will help you to generate to go into the FundMe 24/7 and the Infinity plan. And then also for 14 Eagles, which is a free platform, there's no fees to get involved with FundMe with 14 Eagles, but to get into the gifting platform, to be able to receive gifts yourself, you know, of course you have to give first, and that's just a total of $6. That's three $2 gifts to three people. That starts that process. So literally $16 out of pocket will get you started and generate receiving gifts and contributions in basically 4 different systems. Okay, so it's a powerful thing, very, very powerful thing to be involved with. And then also you're helping to build the virtual community. And if you come to our 14 Eagle webinars on Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. I'm sorry, yes, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then we actually go over the concept of what 14 Eagles and FundMe 24/7 is all about and why we do what we do. Okay, but now this particular video that I'm making right now, it's going to be more tailored to the Infinity Plan itself, which is located in the FundMe 24/7 platform. And we really wanted to get this video done for people to really see the dynamics of the Infinity Plan and the whole scope of it and the viability of it as it pertains to receiving contributions and reaching your financial goals, personally or business-wise. All right, because we feel that taking part in both of these platforms, the end goal is to get to the Infinity Plan. All right, and I want to show you that to show you why I'm having a separate video just on that. Now, this is what is called the Infinity Calculator, FundMe to Infinity Calculator. Now, once you get involved with FundMe 24/7 in your back office, there is a Infinity Calculator, FundMe Calculator in your back office, and you'll be able to bring this up on your own. And I really encourage you to go to that calculator in your FundMe 24/7 back office and pull that calculator out, put it up, and play with the numbers, because it will literally astound you, okay, on what you can do with the Infinity Plan. This is a whole different animal than what people are used to. You have a lot of multi-level marketers out there, a lot of people that are involved in network marketing with direct sales, affiliate sales, and things of that nature. Okay, and so when they look at this, it will literally blow their minds. People that are not involved in those type of businesses or those type of platforms, it may shock you. Well, I know it will shock you as well, but it may take you a little bit longer to get the gist of it, of how this platform works. And so that's why I want to try to break it down for you a little bit, so you can kind of understand the numbers that I'm getting ready to show you. Also, before I get started, just want to let the MLMers know and the network marketers know, this is not an MLM compensation plan. Okay, really, it's not even a compensation plan. It's just a structure for people to be able to give and donate to other people's projects where people can receive contributions. But this has been devised in a way to where people can receive the contributions in a more responsible way. Okay, because the whole premise is not always about the money. It's about building a community. And so when we build in a community, we want to do it in a responsible way. And so when building a community, we want to do it to where the people that are really helping to build the community, okay, they can benefit from it. You know, this is not a job, so it's going to be based on people's contribution to help to build the community. And so if you're contributing to helping to build the community, then you're going to get rewarded by that by way of contributions and helping you to financially reach your goals to do whatever projects that you want to do, personal or business. Okay, so we just want to make that understood. Now, in the Infinity Plan, and if you've looked at the videos yet, then you'll know. And if you haven't looked at the videos, I encourage you to look at the videos before you go further with this, so it gives you a better understanding of what I'm talking about as I go through it. But in any case, just like the FundMe plan, where it's $31 to get involved with the platform fee for the FundMe plan, and the FundMe, out of that $31, you get a $25 patronage refund that puts you into the first tier, which is the silver tier, that starts the contribution process in the FundMe plan. Well, just like that, the Infinity plan is similar. The Infinity plan is a $29 platform fee, as you see here. It's a $29 platform fee. But out of that $29 platform fee, there's a patronage refund. And that patronage refund is $28. So that means when you put in the $29 to pay the fee, $28 comes back to you and is donated into this system on your behalf. Okay, follow me? So that $28 is on your behalf. This is what you're contributing, all right, to this platform, the $28. And this $28 goes out to contribute to other people's projects and programs, whether it be personal or business. All right, these are donations. These are contributions. All right, so I just want everybody to understand that. It's not very many companies that do that, that will allow you to pay the platform fee of $29 and then take $28 and only take $1 for themselves and take the other $28 to give it away to other people. Now, you're not going to see that. Okay, so that's what makes this, somewhat, unique in its process. Okay, right off the bat, because most companies try to take as much as they can for themselves up front. All right. So now, in going on with this, once you have $28 going back into the system, now we get into the process itself. Now, quite naturally, you want to invite people into this process. Now, coming into Infinity Plan, there's one or two ways to do this. You can come in through the Feed Me portion and generate the monies to generate the $29 to put you into this plan. Or you can come directly into the plan by way of FundMe 24/7. So therefore, you're going to do the $10 for Feed Me and the $31 for FundMe, the FundMe plan, which allows you to now do the $29 to get into the Infinity plan. So that's a total of $70. So $70 will get you in all three of those parts of the platform, okay, right up front. Or you can just go through the Feed Me and generate the funds to get you here. Okay, understood? Now, so as you bring and invite people into the plan and they get to the Infinity plan, well, let's say you bring in 2 people. That means you invited 2 people and they come into the Infinity plan. Well, the first thing to recognize is that as you get 2 people into the plan, this plan is going to give you, by way of contribution, $5 for every person that you personally invite into the plan. So that means that you're personally coded to 2 people because you invited them into the plan. And because you invited them and they're coded to you, then that's $5 per person. So now you're going to receive $10 in contributions because you have 2 people into the plan. That's a part of your quote-unquote crowd. Understood? So because of that, that's $10 that you're receiving. This $10 is on a weekly basis because every week that these 2 people are in the Infinity plan, you'll receive $5 a week. So at $10 a week, that's in excess of $40 a month. Now, let me stop here because I know I'm going to confuse somebody real quick if I don't. It's $40 that you're receiving here, but here it says $43. Now I want to explain this, $43 a month, because we all know, we can do some basic adding here. If you have $10 a week and there's 4 weeks in a month, then that's $40. But over here it says you're receiving $43 a month. Well, the reason why that happens here is because this $29 platform fee is every 28 days. Okay? So every 28 days, you're cycling back into this plan. All right? And because you have the extra days, the 2 to 3 extra days, the calculator, when it calculates what's being done here, it's going to calculate extra monies in here because of the 2 to 3 extra days per month. Okay, so I just want you to understand what that is, what that entails. So you may not, physically receive the $43 per month, okay, but the way it's calculated, it will show it this way. All right, so it's pretty insignificant, really, but as you go along, it's not going to make much difference. Okay, but I just wanted to point that out to you. So now you have your 2 people that's coded to you. You're receiving $5 per person. That's $10 in contributions, giving you over $40 a month. So by having that $40 a month, guess what? You have no problem recycling back into the Infinity plan, paying the $29 out of the $40 that you receive in contributions. So that's a total of at least $11 or more that you're receiving in contributions above and beyond whatever the platform fee is. All right, so that makes sense? So now that $11 can go towards whatever your project is. Now, so now that sustains you into this Infinity plan. That keeps you involved. Now, the one thing that we want to point out here is that there's a part of the program that we have borrowed from another MLM program. Well, actually, it's more of an affiliate program. And I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. It's called an Australian 2-Up. So this was a program that came out many years ago that people have been doing, and it got kind of popular at the time that it came out because it was so unique and new. And basically what Australian program is, it's called the Australian 2-Up. And basically what that is when you get involved, the first 2 people that you bring in, you give to the person that brought you in. And then after that, you keep everybody that you bring in from that point on. Okay? That was what was called an Australian 2-Up. Well, the problem with the Australian 2-Up was many people got in their head, okay, well, look, okay, I understand. What I'll do is I'll go get 2 insignificant people that really ain't going to do nothing anyway, and I'll bring them in first and pass those 2 up to the person that brought me in. And then I'll go and get my heavy hitters after I pass those 2 up. Okay? And so that kind of did a disservice to the whole system, which, we understood what they were trying to do. But in that aspect, especially when you're dealing with people are going to always find a way to manipulate the system, correct? So in putting this together, we like the concept of giving up 2 people because we're keeping in the theme of giving here, right? But we wanted to make it fair and equitable for people to be able to do that. We want to have a benefit for doing that. All right. So what they put into this was that anybody that you bring in past your first 2 people, okay? So that means the first 2 people stays with you, unlike the Australian 2-Up. And then the next 2 people that you bring in, they will be passed up. Those 2 people will be passed up to the person above you. Make sense? And then anybody else that you bring in will be coded to you. Now here's the other part that's different than the Australian 2-Up, which nobody has ever done. This system is coded in a way, the software is written in a way that the people that you have that are passed up, they're only passed up for that 1 week. The other people that are coded to you stays with you that 1 week. The following week, the people rotate. So the two people that you passed up, they come back to you the following week, and then another two people are passed up to the person above you. Does that make sense? So it's a rotation of the two people. So if you have somebody that's really doing this and really growing the community and really building their team, then yeah, you may have to pass them up at some point, but the following week you get them back. Does that make sense? Okay, I just wanted to point that out up front so you can understand that portion of it, because that's a very important portion of what we're going to talk about here. Okay, so now that we've got through that part, okay, that the rotation of the people of the two people that's going to be passed up. So you have two that you personally invited. So now what we want to do now is we want to go out and get 4. Well, why do we want to get 4? Why don't we just go get 3? Because, as we said, the next two people will be passed up. So you want to get to your 4 as quickly as possible so you can pass your 2 people up. So you can start bringing anybody else that you invite in that will be stay coded to you. Make sense? So in doing that, you want to go get your 4 so you can pass up your 2. Now, here's the incentive to get your 4 though. Because when you get 4, now what the system is going to do is give you a 20% bonus on the 4 people that you personally invited. So whatever contributions they receive, you get a 20% matching bonus on any contributions they receive. So that benefits you, for getting the 4 people or more, because you have to pass up 2 people in any given week. That makes sense? So, there's no loss really. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to make it fair to everyone. All right? So now, you brought in 4 people. You invited 4 people. And because you did that, now you have 4 people that you brought in. 2 is coded to you, and 2 of them have gone to the person above you. Make sense? But now, you're still at $40 a month. You're still at $10 a week. Right? Now, let's do this. These 4 people, guess what? They're going to do the same thing. And they want to get their 20%. Because these 4 people haven't invited anybody yet, there's no 20% bonus to receive. So now these 4 people go and get what? Their 2 people. So now they go and get their 2 people. So now, because they went and got 2 people, you're getting a 20% match on whatever contributions they bring in, which gives you now an additional $8 in contributions. So now it's a total of $18 a week that you're receiving. Even though you passed those 2 people up out of the 4 that you have, you passed 2 of them up. You only 2 of them are coded to you, but now you're receiving $18 because why? You got the 20% match. Make sense? Now, these people want to get the 20% match too. Because see, what we're teaching here is duplication. That's one thing that the MLM world teaches you, is to duplicate. You have something that you can duplicate that everybody else can do. Okay? So if you can duplicate yourself, then you double your efforts, correct? Now, so now these 4 people, they want to go and get what? 4 people. Why? Because they want to get a 20% match, because they got to pass up 2 people, right? So now, they go and get 4 people. So now that they went and got their 4 people, now what that does for you is this. You have 4 people that you personally invited. They have 4 people that they personally invited, all right? So that generated 16 more people, which now that gives you a total of 20 people on your team that's in your community, okay? So now, out of the 2 people that's coded to you that you're receiving contributions of $5, those 2 people got to do what? Pass you up 2 people. So that means that they're going to pass you up 2 people. Now you have 4 more people that's going to be coded to you. Because everybody's doing the same thing. They got 4 people, 2 of them is being passed up, and they keep 2 people coded to them. So the 2 people that they're going to pass up close to you, which now you have 4 more people that's coded to you. That's a total of $20 in contributions that you're receiving from those 4 people. All right? That's a total of $30, plus you getting your $8 of your 20% match. So that's a total of $38. That's over $160 a month in contributions. Now, when I say $160 a month, guess what? This is every month, right? Because this is every week now. Why? Because everyone is paying their platform fee of $29, and $28 of that is going back into the system to generate this. Make sense? Okay. We're just showing you the process here. Okay. Now, in doing that, if you think that 4 people comes in and they're being coded to you because they're being passed up to you, and every week it's a different 2 people being passed up to you. Okay, so remember, this is in a rotation, right? But now these 4 people, what are they going to eventually do? They're going to eventually do what? Go get their 4 people. Why? Because this is a duplication process, right? And they want to get their 20% match. So because they're doing that, now that's going to generate you receiving 2 from these 4 people. So if everybody goes out and gets their 4, and now you're getting this 3 levels down, what does that generate? Now, these 4 people go and get their 4 and pass you up 2. Now that generates 8 more people that's coded to you, which generates 64 more people in your crowd. Follow me? Now that's 84 people in your crowd, in your community. That's added to the community as a whole, right? Now that's going to generate $94 in contributions every week. Plus your in addition to your $24, your 20% match of $24. Okay? That generates the $94 a week in contributions. That's over $400 a month. That's almost $5,000 a year. Okay, just on a community of 84 people. So it's starting to make a little more sense now, right? Okay. Now, watch this. Let's do it one more time because, you know, everybody's trying to hit the same thing. Everybody's trying to get their 20% match. So it's safe to say that these 8 people eventually, I don't know how long it's going to take them, but eventually they're going to go and get 4 people because they want that 20% match too. They want to do the same thing that the people above them are doing. All right. So now let's tap in one more level. All right. Now those 8 people now that are coded to you are what? Giving you 2 people. That's another 16 people. Another 16 people that's being coded to you. Now that generates $80 more in contributions. Plus, guess what that does? Your 20% match goes up. That's $206 a week. That's over $800 a month in contributions on just 340 people in your community, in your crowd. That's over $10,000 a year. Not bad. Not bad by way of contributions, right? At $5 per person, right? $28 going into the system every week that people are automatically giving into the system. Is this making sense to you? Okay. Now, let's do this. Now, let me go back, and I want to show you something. Let's go back here. Back to the $38 a week. Now, if we did this, let's add one more person to the mix. If we added one more person that you personally invited at 2 levels, that's $55 a week. Well, let's go back to 4 levels here and show you the difference. That's $1,200 a month, $295 a week, okay? Just by adding one more person. Adding one more person. And these are just everybody just getting 4. So they can get their 20% match, okay? Now watch this. I'm going to skip 6 because I want to show you something. If we go and get 7, and let's just say you go and get 7. If you get 7 and everybody else is still getting 4, what does that do? Now that's going to generate $571 in contributions because you've boosted your 20% to 40%. Because now that you've brought in 7 people, you invited 7 people, and they're getting 4, you're getting a matching bonus of 40% matching bonus on these 7 people. You're still giving up your 2, and you're keeping 5. And out of those 5 is giving you 2. They're passing up 2, which generates 10. These 10 are passing up 2, generating you 20. And these 20 passing you 2, that's generating 40 more people. Okay? And just 4 levels down, that's $571 a week. This is based on 595 people in your crowd, in your community, because you added just a couple of more people. You see what's happening here? See, your communities and your crowd begins to grow exponentially because everybody's trying to attain the same goal. Now, these people down here are still at 20%, correct? But you're at 40%. Why? Because you hit 7. You invited 7 people into the plan. So you get rewarded for that. 40%. So you get 40% of whatever these 7 people generate by way of contribution. That's added to your contribution. Now let's do this. Because let's say, for instance, one of these people don't go and get 4 people. Because one thing I should say here at this point, it may not work exactly like this. This is just a calculator. It's not going to grow exactly the way that I'm showing it on this calculator because everybody doesn't travel at the same speed, right? So, you know, people are going to come in at different times and different places, and you know, this is just a general depiction of what can happen when the numbers fill out. So I want you to understand that. This is all based on effort. This is not a guarantee of contributions. So I want to point that out. So what do you do if someone doesn't do anything? If someone can't bring somebody in and they're just there? Well, in 28 days, they may drop out, right? Well, to help combat that, let's say you go and get 8 instead of 7. So therefore, if somebody doesn't, you know, for whatever reason, having a problem getting their 2 or getting their 4 or whatever, then you have another one to back it up. Okay? So if you get 8, what does that do? Now, I want you to look at just what one person does. We have 571, and we get 7 who goes and get 4. What does that do? 571 to 674, but just getting one person. One person. Okay? Now, let me ask you this. If you have 48 people here, at 48 people that are passed up to you, is it safe to say that these 48 people eventually will go and get their 4 people? Eventually? Okay? Why? Because they're trying to make sure that they get at least their, what, 20%. So let's just go one more deep. One more deep, because these 48 are going to pass up 2 people to you. 96, right? Now look at this. That's $1,400 a week. That's over $6,000 a month. That's $73,000 a year by way of contributions. Okay, on 2,700 people in your crowd. Follow me? Now, mind you, you're only getting 2 people from each person. Everybody else keep whoever they have. All right? They're going to keep whoever they have past the people that they passed up, that they're receiving contributions from. You follow me? This is what you call exponential growth. Okay? $73,000 a year. I'm going to tell you. 60% of the people in this country don't make $70,000 a year. Okay? On their job. But we're in a community of people of giving to help generate those kind of contributions. Now keep in mind, this is just in the Infinity Plan on a total crowd of 2,700 people. We're not talking about what you're receiving in the FundMe plan and what you're receiving in the FeedMe system and what you're receiving in 14 Eagles platform. We're just talking about the Infinity Plan. And seeing the key here is the same 2,700 people in the Infinity Plan are the same people in the FundMe plan, the FeedMe plan, and 14 Eagles plan. Is it starting to make some sense to you now? See, this is what we wanted to show you here. This is what we're trying to attain to. Why? Because this is on a 28-day cycle. This is every month, every week. This is going on. You follow me? Now watch this. Now prepare, go get your cap on, because I don't want you, your mind to be blown when you see this, okay? Because see, everybody's their whole goal is to attain the 40% match on whoever they bring in. Whoever they invite, they want to get that 40% match to bring in more contributions, right? Well, let's say everybody that you personally invited went and got what? Their 8. And those people went and got their 8. And so on and so forth. Right? Everybody getting 8. Let's see what happens. Now that everybody's getting their 8 at 5 levels deep, okay? That means when I say 5 levels deep, I'm saying your pass-ups down 5 levels down, which is a total of 96 on the 5th level, okay? That's going to generate $2,300 a week. That's over $10,000 a month. That's $123,000 a year. And here's the significant part. Now you've got generated a crowd of 5,400 people. You see what's happening here? See, this is self-sustainable here. And all you did was get 8 who got 8, who could get 8, and so on and so forth. I hope this is making sense to you. Okay? And this, again, is just the Infinity Plan. We're not talking about the FundMe plan, the FeedMe system, and 14 Eagles a platform. This is just the Infinity Plan, a contribution system of $28 going into this system each and every 28 days, or might as well say every month, on a consistent basis. You follow me? So, would it be safe to say that if you have 5,400 people in your community, in your crowd, okay, would it be safe to say that these 96 people here can pass up to? I think so. So watch this. Now you're talking about 6 levels down of people passing up to. That's $4,800 a week, almost $5,000. That's $20,000 a month by way of contribution. That's $253,000 a year in contribution. Follow what I'm saying here. And now your crowd is what? 21,000 in your crowd. Is it safe to say this is not going anywhere? And so now, does it make sense that now you can reach some of your financial goals for your project or any of your business ventures? Does that make sense now? And all you did was bring in 8 people who could get 8 people who could get 8 people. Now, I don't know how long it will take you to get to this level. I have no idea. That is totally upon you and the people that get involved. But would it be worth it if it took 3 years for this to happen? Would it be worth it? I ask you that. And I ask you to ask yourself that. If it took you 3 years to get to this point, would it be worth it? Okay, let's say if it took you 5 years, would it be worth it? And when you do achieve this, and this is from a virtual community, this is done in the virtual world, would it be safe to say that we can transfer this into the real world and effect some real change? This is what we're doing here at 14 Eagles and FundMe 24/7. This is why we talk more about the concept than the money. Okay? Because if we understand the concept of what we're doing here, then guess what? This right here, these numbers will follow you automatically. They're going to come to you automatically. As long as we get everyone to understand why and what we're doing. Okay? Our motto here at 14 Eagles is give from the heart, share the love, and accept your blessings. So I hope everybody could see these numbers. I know these numbers look big, but if you can really put this in context, this is a small number really, in what we can do as a group of people. Okay, we can take matters into our own hands here. If you can do this, do you think that you need to go to a bank and borrow money? Okay. Matter of fact, they'll be coming to you to borrow money. Make sense? All right. So I appreciate it. Just wanted to put this together for you real quick, just so you can see the mechanics of the infinity plan. Because this is where we want to attain. This is the last step of the process, the infinity plan. And if we can get to this infinity plan and grow our community like this, guess what? Our money problems can be over, and we can affect real change. Thank you, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.